Hello friends, and welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. In today's video, I am going to let you in on a rare way to manifest that I haven't seen talked about in the manifestation community. This is a technique that you can use to manifest physical, mental, and material changes, not only in the present, but literally for decades to come. It's pretty cool, so I'm excited to share it with you. Welcome to Manifest Best. I'm a mindset coach and I teach people how to manifest happiness. When you master your mind, you can master your reality. So, as you can see by the title, today we're going to talk about manifesting using genetics. So, what does that mean? Do you have to understand genetics in order to use this technique? Do science and manifesting even go together? Well, don't worry. This technique is actually quite simple, and it doesn't require a degree in science. All you need to know about genetics is that we share genes from both our mother and our father. That's it. As long as you understand and believe that basic concept, you'll be able to use this technique. So the first thing that you're going to do is think about all the traits that your parents have. Maybe you like your mother's eyes or your father's build. Maybe your mom has great health or your dad is really smart. You can also think about the traits that one parent has that you don't want, that the other parent does not have. Okay, so for instance, like my mom has bad knees, but my dad does not have bad knees. Now, while you're doing this, I don't want you to attribute any of their traits to yourself just yet. In this exercise, we're going to undo any negative genetic traits that we've assigned to ourselves and forget any poor behaviors that we've modeled from our parents in the past. You are a blank slate. It may help to meditate before you start doing this exercise if you're having some trouble picturing yourself as an empty canvas. Then you want to start attributing all the desirable traits in your family to yourself. Remember to completely ignore the current reality. We're changing reality here, right? So the current reality literally doesn't matter. If you can dedicate a few hours to this exercise, you can come up with a complete vision of yourself all at once. Or you can break this up into multiple sessions. For the sake of this video, I'm going to focus on just a few things. So I'm going to claim my mother's health and her full head of hair, and I'm going to claim my dad's healthy joints and his solid work ethic. Notice how I'm choosing both mental and physical traits. You can also add in material traits, like if your parents have a nice car or they have a lot of friends. So having lots of friends isn't necessarily a genetic trait, but being outgoing and being likable often runs in the family. So we can still use things like this. As long as you can believe that those things are inheritable, they will work for this technique. If you're having trouble making a complete profile of your new self based solely on your parents, you can even use other family members if they have traits that you desire. As long as you share a genetic relation, this technique will work. Maybe your cousin has clear skin, or your grandmother is really successful. Your sister might be level-headed, even though your parents are not. It's okay to pick and choose traits from anyone that you share a relation to, because it's feasible that you'd share the same genetics. If you were adopted and you don't know your parents, this will be a little bit more difficult, but you can still create an image of them and actually use this to your advantage. Imagine your parents being completely ideal with no mental or physical ailments. If you imagine your parents to be in perfect health, it's very believable that you would have perfect health too. When you have your complete list of desirable traits, the next step is just to read them out loud. So I will say, I have my mom's health. I have my dad's knees. I have my mom's thick hair. I have my dad's work ethic. There's nothing fancy or complicated about this step. You're just ingraining these genetic traits into your beliefs. Then, each time you read a trait out loud, picture yourself embodying that trait. So I will picture myself never needing to go to the doctor. And when I do go in for a regular checkup, the doctor always tells me how surprised she is that I'm so healthy. And I say, thanks, I get it from my mom. She's always been super healthy her whole life too. Remember again that this exercise has absolutely nothing to do with your present circumstances. So even if you aren't healthy right now, that literally doesn't matter, like, at all. Then I'm going to imagine myself going up and down the stairs without my knees popping. I imagine the smooth movement of my knees. I imagine being very active, even into old age. Because, as I said at the start of this video, this technique can be used to manifest things decades in advance. I'll imagine my mom and I talking when I'm old, and she asks me how my knees are feeling these days. And I'll tell her, my knees are perfectly fine. I still jog, I do squats, and I feel amazing. And she looks at me in awe. And I tell her, the bad knee gene must have skipped me. My mom has thick hair, even though she's in her 60s, so I imagine myself with thick hair in my 60s. And if I have thick hair in my 60s, I certainly have thick hair now in my 30s. And I share half of her DNA, so it's very possible for me to inherit the gene that causes thick hair. For my dad's work ethic, I imagine not only that I have inherited his drive through genetics, but also that I have absorbed his drive simply by observing it so often. By being in close proximity to someone who works hard, this trait has rubbed off on me. I picture people complimenting me on how hard I work, and I say thanks. It's one of the good things I got from my dad. Remember, this is all about using basic scientific knowledge to support an ideal version of yourself. Completely ignore your present circumstances and look to your relatives as proof that you already have the genes that you desire. This is a very effective way to manifest a variety of desirable traits, and I can't wait to see how you use it. I hope you found this video helpful and that you feel confident in applying what resonated for you. If you have any questions, please comment below. And if you feel like you could use some one-on-one guidance, you can contact me for coaching at the links in my description. If you made it to the end of the video, I want you to comment and tell me which genetic traits you are most excited to manifest. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more manifestation videos. And always remember that you are the master of your reality.